It's great to be here today, and I'm actually here because of a referral. So Mike Adre is a local executive director here in California, and he reached out to me and said, you know what, I have a referral for you. And guess who he referred to me? You can throw it in the chat. Yep. Jonathan. So thank you, Mike, for that referral, and thank you, Jonathan. And Jonathan then introduced me to everyone here at Corporate with Powur. So thank you all for being here. I will shorten things down just a little bit because I know you were super excited to be here and you want to stay until the very end. Please keep your cameras on because that's how you're going to be eligible to win that contest at the end. If you will, also in the chat, throw in, where are you from? You heard Jonathan mention, I'm from Michigan. I am a Michigan State Spartan, so go green, and I'm happy to be here today in California. So let's talk about what is BNI. There we go. What is BNI? BNI is the world's largest networking organization. We have members all around the globe, over 280,000 members to be exact, and over 10,000 chapters. We're in 74 different countries, but more importantly, this is a proven system of building relationships and generating referrals. With that, we were founded in 1985. So this isn't just, hey, we're going to give this a try. We've actually been around for over 36 years and super excited to continue that growth. And one of the things that we're doing is partnering with companies like Powur, especially those that have the same values as what we do. And we really want to make a positive impact, not only on you and the businesses around the world, but also what those impacts can do for others, just like Powur. So Powur and BNI, we partnered about 6-7 months ago or so, and it's been a great partnership so far, and we're looking forward to expand that partnership even more. In the last 12 months alone, members from BNI have reported over 2.2 million referrals that generated over $4 billion in closed business. Now, those are our global numbers. But that being said, we also want to talk about specifically in the US, on average, US BNI members received 30 referrals per year. You heard Jonathan say he closed 13 deals in that very first year. Think about those referrals. Over 456,000 was closed in business. That means the average referral is over $1,700. So just out of curiosity, what do you think if you were to receive a referral? Now, when I'm talking about a referral, I'm not just talking about someone saying, hey, you need to call Mike, here's his phone number. I'm talking about a referral where someone says, hey, you need to call Mike, here's his phone number. Oh, by the way, he's expecting your phone call, and he knows you're going to talk to him about Powur. What do you think your conversion on those types of referrals would be? What percentage? So if you got those, how many referrals do you think you would need like that to be able to get one sale? Throw that in the chat if you would. We've got 70%, 80%. Excellent. All right. So with that being said, let's talk about with Powur. With Powur, currently, we have 29 BNI members with Powur in BNI right now in the US. Now, I also know there's about 74 of you that are somewhere in the BNI chapter placement system. That being said, the one thing I am going to ask is if you are currently a BNI member today, I would love for you to pull up your profile in BNI Connect and make sure in your company name the word Powur is somewhere in your name. So if it was me, let's say, and I currently just have in there Campbell Solar, you would want to make sure you edit that to say Campbell Solar, a Powur company, or something along those lines. And the reason you want to do that is because we've partnered with Powur, we have some special trainings that are designed just for you guys and gals from Powur. And the only way you're going to get those invitations is when we search our BNI Connect system, Powur has to be in that company name. Otherwise, we won't know that you're part of Powur. So that being said, if you're a BNI member, make sure that's in there. If you're thinking about applying, make sure when you apply, you put Powur somewhere in your company name. Now, going back to some of the numbers that I asked you for conversion. So I want you to think about, what if your average commission was $5,000. And I know that's a pretty good, maybe even on the lower side of your commission. And let's say you averaged the 30 referrals that members in the US last year averaged, and let's say you only converted a third of those, right? That's a pretty good number in commission from just one source of marketing you can do. Now, the good news is I used only a third, right? A 33%. In the chat, I'm seeing 70, 80, 90, and that's really, if they're good, solid referrals, those are probably the better conversion percentages you will see. So let's talk about what most sales professionals say are their top priorities. Number one is lead generation, right? You have to have people to actually talk to about your product, right? Doesn't matter if you're talking about, financial planning like I did when I first started BNI, or if you're talking about solar, right? You have to have people to talk to about the impact that you're trying to make in business. The next is your close ratio, just like what I talked about, those conversions, right? Different leads will have different types of close ratios. There's only so much you can do to increase those close ratios. One of those things is training, which I'm glad you're all here tonight, and there's so many more trainings you can do to help impact yourself and your own Powur experience. And then, of course, customer retention, brand awareness, upselling, and so forth. So number one, though, is lead generation. Where are our most effective leads generated from? Well, number one is referral. 91% referrals, right? That's huge. Followed by also, online marketing, social media, paid social media, trade shows, all those kind of things. Those are all great lead sources, but the most effective are referrals. Here's the weird thing, though, for most business owners, right, and most sales professions. Where they spend their money, it isn't on referrals. Where they allocate their marketing dollars and their budget for marketing are on things like sponsorships, online ads, trade shows, so on and so forth. So I want to ask you, just really think about this. You don't need to put this in the chat, but just really reflect. How much money have you allocated from your marketing dollars to spend on generating more referrals? Just something to think about. And with that, we want to show you what BNI is, right? So BNI works if you treat it as your work, and our most successful members use BNI instead of just going to BNI. Just by a show of hands, how many of you have ever bought a gym membership? Raise your hand. I have, right? So you bought a gym membership. Now, you don't need to do the rest, but you're more than welcome to play along with me. How many of you thought, hey, I'm going to get up and go to the gym, and you maybe slept in and hit the snooze timer? Again, I know I have. You don't have to raise your hand. You can if you want, but that's happened to me. BNI is the same thing, right? You can go, but if you don't actually participate, you're not going to get the results you say you desire. So it's like joining a gym. You can't just join. You actually have to go. You have to participate, right? You might need to get a trainer, or in our case, you might need to work with a mentor who's going to teach you how to use the equipment right so that you don't injure yourself. When it comes to BNI, you're going to work with your director consultants, your leadership teams, your education coordinators, your mentor coordinators, all the other people from our chapter that want to see you succeed, and they're going to help you also grow. So just to give you an idea of what a few of your peers are saying about you, and I saw Bill was on here as well, so give him a shout out, and thank you, Bill, for sending this testimonial in. But if you read this testimonial, you'll see I highlighted here that Bill said he couldn't be happier than the decision to join BNI. So thank you, Bill, for sending in this testimonial and also for being here tonight. In addition, another one from Mike. Mike says, BNI has helped me build strong relationships with other business professionals, and it's not only worked great on my referral network, but as a learning tool to improve my networking and public speaking skills. So yes, when it boils down at the end of the day, you're here, you want to build your business, you want to make money, but more importantly, I know all of you are here because you truly want to impact the world around you in a positive and meaningful way. So let me ask you a question. This is probably one of my favorite questions to ask. Are you doing the activities necessary to get the results you say you desire? right? If you want to take a screenshot of this, if you want to type this up and, put it over your computer or put it over the thing that you procrastinate using, this is one of the statements. When I do coaching of business owners, this is a question I often ask them. Thinking back to referrals and lead generation and where your marketing dollars are going to, what activities do you need to be doing to get the results you say that you desire, right? So keep that in mind as we move forward, talking about what is BNI and how are you going to be selected. Now with BNI, we only allow one person per profession into any given chapter. When you decide to visit a BNI meeting, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that and what partner page you should be going to, you're going to want to also make sure that you're filling out the application in a way that will help you to actually get approved by the membership committee. So to be selected, number one, you have to have a business in place. So congratulations, all of you that are here today have a business in place. Hopefully that business is a Powur business, or you're highly considering looking at becoming an independent consultant with Powur, which we would encourage you to do as well. You have to be willing to commit to weekly meetings. You heard Jonathan say 7 a.m. I myself was part of a 7 a.m. meeting for about 18 years, and I am not a morning person. But you know what? Thursdays were the best day for me because that's when my BNI meetings were. I was up before my competition was. I was in a room meeting with my referral partners while my competition was probably still in bed, right? So Thursdays were my best day because that is when my chapter meetings met. Not only do you need to make the time commitment, there is a small financial commitment as well, but as you heard Jonathan say, one deal and that more than pays for what the BNI membership would be. And the third thing is you have to believe in givers gain. You really have to know that your business is built through farming and not just hunting. We hear oftentimes that your net worth is based off of your network, right? So building a network, building relationships, you're not just selling to the people in the room, you're selling through the people in your BNI chapter, right? You don't know who else they know and what contacts they have for you and those referrals that they can provide to you. So if you're interested in checking out BNI, there's a couple things that I'm going to ask that you do. The first thing is to either scan this QR code, or if you happen to be on your phone watching this, this will just simply take you to the webpage, bnipartner.com/Powur. So again, it's bnipartner.com/Powur. Everyone should go to that right now. Go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead and go to that. And what you're going to do is when you get here, you're going to put in your first name, your last name, your email address, your phone number, and your zip code. And what that's going to do is when you hit your zip code and then you hit submit, it's going to take you to a map based off of the zip code that you searched for. And you will see here that there's several chapters, and if you then pick all specialties and you drop that down to solar, it's going to show you the chapters in your area that have an opening for someone in the solar profession. Okay, so first it'll show you all the chapters. When you select solar, it will then take you to the chapters that have an opening for someone in your profession. When you do that, you can then check the see chapter details, and you can also click to visit the chapter. When you click visit the chapter, it's going to take you to another page where you will be asked to put your email in again, and that is okay, because what will happen is that will register you to visit that chapter. You will then be able to determine and find out, is that chapter meeting via BNI online, which is using the Zoom platform, or are they meeting in person? Now, you're going to want to check to make sure that if they are meeting via BNI online, you'll still want to look to see what location they typically meet at in case they go back to an in-person meeting. So what will happen is go ahead, pick a chapter, even visit 2. Try to get 1 or 2 visits in this week and go and check it out. Even though our agenda is typically the same, because it's made up of different people and different professions, every chapter is slightly different because there's different people in the room. And you need to find the room that is best for you. So we encourage you, visit a chapter or 2. Find one that you really like, and then you can follow the application system from there. The other thing that's going to happen when you visit that partner page, the reason we only ask for a little bit of information is we know that you're coming from Powur. And our chapter placement concierge team will also reach out to you and help you select the best chapter. So if you visit two and you really don't know which one, our concierge team will be able to help you out and determine what one is best for you based off of being part of a solar industry, right? The other thing that we're going to ask you to do, and this is the most fun, is join us on Friday, September 17th, to learn more. What we're going to be doing, we have a little bit longer time on Friday. So between now and Friday, if you can visit a chapter or two, please do so. On Friday, we're going to teach you that, again, it's not just about selling to your BNI members, it's actually building some relationships. Yes, some of them will become clients, but the goal is to get them to become some of your best cheerleaders and referral sources out there. We will help you to decide which chapter to actually apply to. We'll also talk about how you will turn in your application. What are some things you should say on your application so that the membership committee actually wants to have you as part of their team, right? You're looking at being part of a sales team when it comes to being part of a BNI member. In addition to that, we will then talk about, how you make payment. That's all through the corporate sites. And then we'll talk about what to do once you get inducted. Having a one-to-one with the local realtor, talking to some of the other trades guys and gals, maybe reaching out to the financial advisor and finding out, hey, do you have any clients that are very socially, conscious? How do you leverage some of those relationships and really decide how to, not just sell to, but sell through those strong referral partners? So again, one last time, bnipartner.com/Powur. That is the website you're going to want to go to. Do it tonight. Spend some time. You can go back a second time if if you're looking again, you want to check again. Don't worry, you won't get a bunch more calls. Once you're in the system, you're in the system. Our concierge team will know if you've been there more than once. As you heard from Jonathan, I'm Michelle Campbell. Our founder, Dr. Ivan Meisner, is known as the father of modern day networking. So he's got some amazing books out there. And then our CEO is Graham Waymiller. So if you need to get in touch with me, my email's on the screen. It's michelle@bni.com. I'm happy to answer any questions. But more importantly, please join us on Friday where you can learn even more about the how BNI. But what I want you to walk away with today is really thinking about what if. What if you had 30 referrals come in over the next year? What if you converted, like we said in the chat, 80 to 90% of those, right? If you're a BNI member here today, please share with your fellow Powur folks how BNI has helped you not just financially grow, but also on the personal development side and the professional development side. And with that, one of my all-time favorite folks, Walt Disney, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So again, tonight, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you've gone to that partner page, and I see it's been listed in the chat a couple times, and make sure you join us on Friday. So screenshot this so you have that as well.